So we're just doing a homeboard, also woody session. You'll be able to follow along with any hangboard that you want. This is going to be quite long-winded as well, but I'm not going to show you every set. But I'm just going to show you kind of what I do, and that might help you with your training. So yeah, let's get warm. So we're just going to start getting warm. I've already been for a run, so I've done about a 2K run outside. If you can do a run, you know, it's great. Otherwise, you know, some skipping, some band work. Make sure you've got, yeah, some blood flow running through your veins before you start hangboarding. You want to be super warm. We're going to do a hangboard warm up. So mostly focusing on getting our rotator cuff, our scapula, you know, our shoulders and our fingers ready to pull hard. So I'm going to do about 3 sets of 6 scap shrugs, pulls, activation on the jug. Yeah, only resting about 15-20 seconds in between. When you first start doing scap pulls, it hurts some people. It's a bit hard to pull your scap down and back, but it shouldn't hurt. So I'll show you how I do mine. Too short to reach my board. So just pulling that scap down and back. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just like that. So small breast. I'm using a Hangboard. The reason I'm using a Hangboard today is I just want to work on half crimp, no pockets or anything. Usually on this one I'll add weight as well, but today I'm not going to. On my Hangboard every day this week almost, so I'm going to back off a bit today. If I use the Beastmaker and stuff, that's probably when I'll do the pockets, but this I'm just training that half crimp because that's where I feel you get the most strength stimulus, the most gains from training a half crimp. If you don't know what a half crimp means, it means like your fingers are essentially at 90 degrees, whereas this is open, and full crimp is wrapping. So I'm going to get through these scap pulls. Occasionally I'll just drop down and do them on one arm, which is really good, like one arm pull-up training as well. So for me personally now my shoulders are quite warm, so I can start to pull on some holds. So I'll start with the biggest edges that I've got on here, which are 20 millimeters, so yeah, 2 centimeters. I wouldn't advise going straight onto that. So maybe, yeah, most of the boards will have a bigger, like a 4-finger pocket. Do that first, 4-finger pocket, 3-finger pocket. So because I don't want to rush into anything too fast, I am going to go 1 hand in the jug and 1 on the 20 mil. So about 10 seconds on, swap sides. So I'm pulling down on that half crimp, making sure I'm starting to load the tendons. I'm just alternating. But I'm not just hanging, I'm pulling on that half crimp because that jug's taking so much weight off. That's one set. I'll probably do another one of those. So now I rest. So like my warm-up sets probably won't rest as much as my working sets. It's different. And it depends on your strength. Some people are just ready to like pull on to 20 mils straight away. I'm a little bit slower, so I'll do, you know, 30 seconds rest now, do that set again, and then then I'm ready to get into my session. And then I'm gonna do the 20 mils, 10 on, 10 off, times 6, and I'll do that for 2 sets. So I'll get this warm up in. So I'm starting to pump out a little bit, which is awesome. Means I'm getting enough blood into the forearms, so I'm not going to strain anything. So I'm pretty much ready to go into my working set. My fingers feel pretty good. That's kind of what you're looking for. You're feeling slightly pumped in the forearms. Your fingers aren't hurting. At the start, when I start hangboarding, I feel weak and my joints feel a bit weird. And that just means you're not warm. So, you know, keep warming up until you feel all of a sudden you'll get it. You have a rest after a warm-up set and you jump on and you're like, oh, I feel really strong all of a sudden. That's when you're ready to pull. So for me, it's going to be another 30 seconds and then I'm ready to go 20 mil, 2 hands. I don't have a timer. You should have a timer. And I can I'm at a stage where I can kind of just do it, just taking my judgment of what I'm hanging. Fingerboarding for me is about feeling at your absolute limit at every set. That's when you're getting the most recruitment. Feeling like I really have to try. You don't want to just be like hanging there like da da da, this is it. Working set. Slightly activating my scap, slight bend in the elbows, not locked out. Feels good. Out there. Back on. That's 2. 3. 3 to go. Don't worry, I'm not going to show you guys all of these. I'll just show you what one set looks like. Five, starting to like, you know, be a little bit difficult now. That's what we want. Got through all those reps, so now it's time to take the long rest. Now it's time to take 2 to 3 minutes rest before moving down in millimeters. So, you know, often I do probably a couple of sets at 20 millimeters, but this is going to be a shorter session for me. So I'm going to drop down to 16 millimeters. You can definitely go down slowly and just use your judgment. You should be able to feel on the hangboard if you're comfortable or if you're not. And like I was saying, you want discomfort but not pain beyond your limit. Like I feel like intuitively you should know how much you can pull on a hangboard. So it shouldn't feel like your pulley is about to pop off, but you want to be, you know, struggling a little bit. So yeah, good rest now, down to 16 millimeters, and now because it's a smaller edge, that's when I'm going to drop off the time, so probably 5 seconds on, 10 seconds off, times 6 again, and then have that good rest, 2 to 3 minutes. I'm going to keep going down, so I'm going to keep dropping a couple of millimeters for this one and keep down and go see how low I can go. I'm going to drop down to 16 millimeters. I'll show you what that set looks like, and then I'll check back in with you guys when I'm ready to go a little bit small, but I hope this has kind of given you an idea of how to hangboard at home. So because of the Beastmaker, say 1000 is the most, I guess, popular board, I would have done my jug warm-ups, then I would have gone 4 finger pockets, then I would have gone 3 finger pockets, and I would have done all of those 10 on, 10 off times 6. Then I would have moved down to the bottom crimps, so the 16 millimeters, and I would have done 1 set of 10 on, 10 off, times 6. Then I would go I would probably do 2 sets of that. And then if I'm sticking with repeaters, so either I would add weight and stick on that bottom crimp, or if I'm going to repeaters, then I will mix it up to the top. I think the top's 10 mil. So I'd say at the top 10 mil and down the bottom 16. Probably then 5 on, 10 off, swap sides, and then I would go only to the top, 5 on, 10, 15 off, times 6, that's 1 set. And I would just do maybe, yeah, no more than like 3 sets on one grip at a time. Otherwise you just, you know, there all day, man, and you've just been resting, because yeah, some people take 4 minutes rest between sets. I will only take 4 minutes rest if I'm doing single hand hangs. Let's get this set done. Where are you? Because I'm so warm and had such a rest talking, that actually feels easier than the 20 millimeters. Staying in that half crimp, staying with that engagement. That's 2. I don't know why I choose 6. I've always done 6. That being said, when I do programs for people, it's so varied. It's based on their, like I finger strength test them, and it'll be based on their strength. Some people do 7 seconds on, 15 seconds off. Some people do 5 on, 5 on. It just depends what your finger strength is, what you've previously been doing. Yeah, I'll like mix up the times, you know, depending on what stage of my training I'm at. So yeah, I'll finish that set. Sometimes I'll chuck a couple of reps in bent as well, or here. Current goal, lever off everything. So I'm doing single leg levers as well at the end. I'm gonna go down to the 10 millimeters and see if I can do 5 on. No problem, 5 is fine. The thing is just holding that open crimp, that's the hardest bit. Anyone can probably come on and hang it open-handed, well not anyone, but it's much easier to go open-handed, but we're trying to maintain that half crimp. Be kind to yourself, 5 seconds on, 15 off, 20 off. Probably only do 4 reps of this because I want to go down to 8 millimeters. That's 3. 1 more. That's good. I was like quite failing at the end there, so that's like a good intensity. I'm going to rest up, guys, and then I'm going to just come back and show you if I can get onto the smallest. Before I do that, I'm just going to show you some of my levers off the 20 mils. So I'm trying to do 1 leg at a time, 5 seconds on, like 30 seconds off, then switch sides and do that 4 times. Still maintain that half crimp as well. Okay, I've decided 7 millimeters after 5 days of hangboarding is not for me. So let's just go for that 8 millimeters. See how long I've got it for. That's stronger than the last time I tested. So I'm going to do probably, so that was like, I don't know, 5, 6 seconds. I'll do do like 20 seconds off, times that by 4, and then pull-ups. So that's done, and of course we finished with 5 by 5 pull-ups, always. Alright guys, so I'm done. What I didn't say before as well, some other days I will do some lock-offs, so single arm lock-offs on the crimp. When I'm doing my lock-offs, I'm probably only holding a couple of seconds at a time. Anyway, I'll just quickly show you what that looks like. Oh. The door is in my way. I usually do this on the knees makeup. Yeah, like I just go 3 seconds to 5 seconds sometimes, switch hands. Yeah, that's on a different day, not today. Anyway, thanks for watching my hangboarding session. I hope it was of some benefit to you guys. I'm sending all my love and all my well wishes to you. To have, you know, climbing ripped away from us is really hard. So I don't know how you guys are dealing with it, but you know, if you are struggling, you have things to do with motivation, if you're in a dark place, feel free to reach out. I've got, you know, a few tips to kind of stay psyched and stay motivated, and I'm doing all sorts of training programs, you know, with the idea of to get stronger. We're going to use this time to target our weaknesses. You know, don't make it so it's a time to just give up. Target those weaknesses. You can do power, you can do finger strength, you can do core strength, you can do so many things that you don't usually have time to do because you're too busy trashing yourself climbing. You know, now's the time to work on those things. And so for me, that's, you know, working my core a little bit more. It's for getting some extra power. You know, it's for my fingers to get drastically stronger, my lock-offs, my flexibility in particular. I'm stretching a lot more, and I really want to be able to do the splits when this quarantine is over. So I'm not sure when the quarantine is over for all of us, but yeah, stay psyched guys, and